Hi everyone, it's Amy from BiggityBombMom.com, where we empower mompreneurs with the online marketing strategy that they need to market their businesses online. Today, we are going to discuss how to start a Google My Business page so you can start ranking on Google and have a place to gather reviews. Hi everyone, welcome to our tutorial on how to set up a Google My Business page. So I'm just going to walk through step by step on exactly how to set up the page and how to optimize the listing so that for best SEO purposes. But first, there's a couple of things that you need to get in order before you even get into starting your Google My Business page. I want to talk about the four main elements that every directory has, including Google. The first element that a directory has is called your NAP, which is called your name, address, and phone number. So your name, address, and phone number is really, really important because it needs to be perfectly consistent across the internet. Otherwise, Google will not normalize it, and even the slightest variances can make a big difference. So, for example, if you are listed as Betsy's Butilities Incorporated on one directory listing, say on Bing or Yelp, and on Google you're listed as Betsy's Butilities with no incorporated, they don't even see it as the same business. Same thing in your address. So if you're 123 Main Street, suite number 2 in somewhere, New York, USA, and in another place you are 123 Main Street without a suite number, again, that doesn't equal the same name, address, and phone number. So make sure that once you have your name, address, and phone number down, that it is perfectly exact everywhere else that you list it, including your website, other directories, anywhere else you go online. The second element that most directories have, of course, is your room for your website or your any other links that you have. The next is your business description. So your business description, as we've stated in the checklist, if you do not have our business checklist, make sure you click on the links below because we have a free online business checklist that goes into detail about how to set up your business description. But basically, your business description needs to have relevant keywords. It needs to explain what it is that you do and have relevant keywords so for SEO purposes, which stands for search engine optimization. And lastly, you want your images. So images or video, don't just have the regular image file. So, if you take a picture, it will say, something .jpeg or img-0001.jpg. That's a perfect opportunity to rename your files with your keywords. So if you were Betsy's Butilities and you were a hair salon, you might want to say hair_salon_ the city that you're in .jpg and rename your images so that your images have a better chance of showing up in search for when people are typing in those particular key phrases. Okay, so next, you just want to make sure that you get your assets in line. Create a file on your computer and go in and create a file with all of your keywords, your name, address, and phone number. Create a library of all of your images that are named appropriately with your keywords, and then have any of your videos there. That way, every time that you go to set up any other directories online, whether it be a Yelp listing or Bing or a real estate listing or anything industry specific, that way you have all your assets in one place that you can easily access and just copy and paste. That will ensure that your name, address, and phone number are perfectly consistent and that you have everything in one place ready to go. Now that you have set up all of your assets and you have them in a file ready to use, go to business.google.com. Now make sure that you have a Gmail because you're going to need to have a Google account in order to create a Google My Business listing. So once you have your Gmail, go to business.google.com and log in, and it's going to bring you to this page. So you want to just simply type in your business name. So for this purpose, we are just going to say now, if you've never registered this business name before, nothing's going to come up. It will say create a business with this name. If you have created a listing, this is what you'd see on here. For example, if I started typing in Biggity Bomb Mom, you see that it's already listed here because I already have a Google My Business listing. Now, I just want to, for our purposes, do this from starting from the ground up. So I'm just going to say, this is the name of our business, Testing Business. So then you would just hit next. And it's going to ask you a series of questions. Do you want to add a location that customers can visit, like a store or an office? So if you're a local business, you would hit yes. If you are a service-based business or something online, you would hit no. Now next, it's going to ask you what your address is. Now this is where that file comes in super handy with your name, address, and phone number, because we want to make sure that it is perfectly consistent across the internet. So I'm just going to go ahead and start typing in an address. Now once you have your name, address, and phone number in here and you know that it's perfectly consistent, that you're using the right abbreviations, if you have a suite number, you're going to add a suite number by adding this line, and that your city and your zip code and everything is correct, you would just hit next. Now it's going to ask you, do you also serve customers outside of this location? So if you make deliveries, for example, or maybe you're a masseuse and you work in your studio, but you also work, you'll also go to people's homes, then you would say yes. If not, then just hit no, I don't. And then this is a really important step. Choose the category that fits your business best. Now, this is where you want to start thinking as logically as possible. So, for example, if you were a hair salon and you offered something special, for instance, I had a client yesterday that had an eyebrow. She does microblading. So microblading, when I typed in here, was not a category, a business category on Google. So we wanted to get as closely related as possible. So we typed in eyebrow bar. That was correct. And now it's going to let you do one. And later on, after you create your listing, it's going to let you do 2 more categories. Next, you want to make sure that you have your contact phone number in here. And your current website address. And then hit next. After that, you'll just simply click finish and verify the listing. Okay, so once you hit submit after you've filled out all of your business information, it is going to ask you how you would like to verify. Now, if you've never submitted your business information before, it's going to make you enter in your address to send a postcard. And the reason that they send a postcard is that that's how they verify that you're a local business. By meaning, like, if you send a postcard to an actual address, there's going to be a verification code on it, and then you have to then log back into Google and type in that verification code. That's how they know that you received it at a local business, and that then you are putting in the verification code. Occasionally, they'll let you verify by phone or by sending a text, but usually it's the postcard. So once you submit that, you will come to this page, and this is where you're going to fill out the rest of your information. Now you'll see that you have your name here, and then you have your categories. Now this is where you can add in those other 2 categories. So just click the little pencil if you only have the 1 category there, and then play around with what other categories might fit for your business. Also, you'll have service areas. So if you are a local business and you only serve a particular area, this is where you would put in the city and the surrounding area that you serve. You also want to put in your business hours. Because I'm an online business, I just said open 24 hours. If you have specific business hours, though, especially as a local business, it's important to put in the specific hours so that when people look you up, they know exactly when your business is in operation and when it's not. You can also put in special hours for, let's say, holidays or something like that. And then you have your phone number. This is kind of an interesting thing. It's just a short name. So if you want your profile to have a little short name, I put it in there and hit apply. And that's pending for review. And then you'll put in your website here. And appointment URL is something that if you take online appointments, that you can easily sync this with your Google Calendar, so then people can make appointments with you right from the listing into your Google Calendar. So that's kind of a neat benefit. You also have services. So if you have particular services, let's say you're a hair salon and you do nails as well, you could add in all of the different services that you offer. Same thing with products. If you offer several different products, then you might want to put in every single product that you offer, or at least the categories of products that you offer. And then attributes. Attributes are special things like veteran-led or women-led. I can put in women-led. And then finally, your business description. So this is where your handy little file that you created with your name, address, and phone number in it will exist. So you just copy this and then paste it right here. Now, Google allows 750 characters for a business description, which is a pretty large business description. They do not allow any links in your business description, so make sure it's just information that contains, again, keywords that are relevant to your business, and then put it in here. You can add an opening date if you just opened or if you opened many years ago. Okay, and this is where you would add photos. So this is where you, again, would go to your file and get those handy little named files that you named with your keywords, and then you'd add in your photos here. And after that, that's it. You would just save it, the information, and it will usually say pending review, and then all changes, once your business is verified, you'll be able to start gathering reviews. If you're waiting for that postcard to come, it does come in about 5 days. After you've received your postcard, you're going to just go in here, you're going to scroll over here, and on the left-hand side, you're going to see something that says verify listing. Just click that, and then you'll be able to type in the verification code that you got on your postcard. And then you'll be all set up. Once you enter in all of this information, it will say pending review, and it can take about 3 days to be published for any information that you do. And that's it. That's how you optimize your Google My Business listing. So go to work, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.